everyone, welcome back. We are learning C++ programming, and this video will be learning a new concept which is called as switch statements. So in the previous videos we have seen about control structures, we have seen if-else and different varieties of if-else called multiple ifs, nested if and else if statements. And this switch statement, this is also another version of if statement, very similar to if, but it will have some differences. The syntax will be a bit different, but it is almost the same. The same things will be happening in switch statements. Here also we will be checking, like if multiple ifs, how we check different conditions. Here also we will be checking the different conditions. So we will see the switch statement. Switch statement is more efficient than writing the if-else or multiple. In multiple ifs we are checking with many conditions. So more than that, this switch statement is going to be more efficient than that. Here in switch statements, in the syntax if we see, here in if-else we had a condition, but here we are going to have a value. We are not going to check a condition, but we will check for a value whether the given value it is equal to these given values, and based on that we will execute the code. So we will see the basic format, that is the syntax for switch statement, and that is what we will write is, so the syntax for switches, first we will write just like we have written if else, we will write switch. So we will write switch, and after the if, like how if after the if we have a certain condition, here we will have in parenthesis we will have a value. Okay, similar to if and a condition we have a switch value, then we will start a new block and we will close that block. So inside this block what we will write is, now we have written switch value inside the parenthesis, that is the round braces, and we have started a block just like we had a if else block. We have started a block. Inside this we will write case, and case we will have check these value with different cases. With different values we will check whichever is matching, that code will be executed. So we will write case value 1, and after that we will give a colon, and here we will write some print some statements, that is C out, and we will print some statements, that is the first case. And after that we will write break. This is going to be the basic syntax for switch, that is switch a value, and inside the block we will have case, and for that we will have the first value, that is value 1. We will check this value with this value which the user is entering, and then for that value we will print something, and after that we will write break. Now this is the same thing we have to write again, that is case. This was the first case. Now we can write if the value is 2, for value 2 we will write another. Here also we will print some statements, and then we will write break. Then again we can write case value 3, can print whatever we wanted to print here, print some statements, and then we can write break. And we are checking these value with different values using case, and if all these values are false, then I am writing one more, that is default, colon, I will print here something, and I will write break. So this is the syntax for switch, that is first we will have the switch keyword, then in round braces we will write a value. In if else we wrote a condition, but here we will write a value, and this value we will check with the different values mentioned here. In the if else we had multiple ifs and else if for each condition, but here we have a one particular value, that is constant. The difference between if else and switch is that here we cannot check greater than, less than, equal to. We have checked in if else, greater than, equal to, all these conditions, but here only with one constant value, with only one number or character or word, we will check these cases. Will not have any condition, equal to, greater than, that conditions we will not use here. And then inside the switch we will start a block of switch, and inside that we will have different cases, case 1, case 2, case 3, how much ever cases we want we can include. And if all the cases are false, if nothing is true, we will have a default. That is, if nothing is true, then it should go and print the whatever is mentioned here in default. Now it will check, this value will be checked for case 1. If case value 1 is correct, is true, then it will print the statement mentioned here, and I am writing a break. Now if I am not writing this break, if I am skipping this break, then even after this value, if this value and this value is right, this true is the same, then even after printing, executing these statements, it will also check for case value 2 and it will be false, and again it will be checking for case value 3. So I don't want that. If case value 1 is true, then it should come out of the switch block. That's why I am writing here break after each cases, so that after it has checked one case and it has got it true, it has to break from the switch statement, from the switch block. That's why I am writing break. So first it will check for value 1. If value 1 is not true, it will jump to case value 2. If value 2 is true, it will print, and it will then go to the next line and check break is written, so it will come out of the switch block. If value 2 is not true, it will check for value 3. If value 3 is true, it will print whatever is given and it will break, that is, it will come out of the value 3, case value 3. If nothing is true, then it will check the default, and if default is true, it will print. If nothing is true, it will break and come out of the switch block. That's why I am writing here break. Now everything is written in small case. If you check switch, value, case, break, all this is written in small case. We should not change the spelling of these words because it is already defined. It should be written exactly the same. Switch, case, break and default all should be same, and here I have to use a colon. After case and value we have to use a colon. We will understand this with a certain example. So I will write here a certain example. For example, if I am writing switch, for example, if I am writing switch day, any value day, for example, I am giving here, for example, if day int day is equal to 5. So now I have to check whether this day is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 1, 2, 3, 4 I have to print it is 1, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, that I have to print. Okay, so if I am writing int day 5, then I have to give this value, this day, inside the switch. Then I will start a block. Here I am opening a block and I am closing a block. Now inside the switch I will write case 1. So I will write here case 1. This 1 is the number that I am going to give. Here day is 5, but here I am writing the number 1. If the number is 1, then I am printing Cout number is 1, then semicolon, and then I will write break. Then again I will have case 2, I will print Cout number is 2. Then I will break from here. Then I will write case 5. Will write Cout number is 5. Then I will break. If the number is not 1 or 2 or 5, then I will write a default case. this default DFAULT, then I will give a colon, then I will print number is not found. Here also I will write break. So this is my switch example where I'm writing integer data type of variable 5, which is equal to 5. Then I'm giving this variable to this switch. I'm giving this value. In if else, I was writing a condition here in the round braces, that is parenthesis. But in switch I am writing a value. I have to give a value, and then I will check this value. Here I have different values, case 1, case 2, case 5. I am checking different values whether this value matches with these three cases. If it matches with 1, the compiler will type number is 1 and it will break, that will come out of the switch block. Or else if it will check if the number is 2, then it will print this statement and break from switch block. Either it will check it is 5, yes it is 5, number is 5, and break out, that is come out of the switch block. So this is the difference between switch and if else, that in switch we will not give a condition, we will only give one value. I am not checking day is greater than 5, less than 5, equal to 5, I am only giving this day and I am checking whether this day is equal to 1. Only equal to will work in switch, that is this day's value is equal to 1, or it is equal to 2, or it is equal to 5. And after case I have to write a colon, and then I have to write printing statements, then in the next line I will write break. Here also in switch I do not need a semicolon in this line, and here also in the closing braces I do not need a semicolon, but inside these whatever lines I have written I need a semicolon. Now see, I can also write this case, this 2 lines in the next line. I do not have to write here after the case, and after the case 1 I am not giving semicolon, but I am giving here a colon, and after the rest of the print statements and break statement at the end, here I am at the end I am giving here a semicolon, but here after case 1 I have to give a colon, that I am opening a block of case, that is why I am giving here colon. And in switch, inside all the statements will end with a semicolon. Switch and case, only one value will be equal, either this will be equal, this will be equal, because I am checking for equal to, only one of the cases or the default case will be equal. I can also skip the default case. Without default case also I can write these 3 cases, it is also allowed, but it is only going to be equal to, and it is only one of the cases is going to be true. Now I will execute a program of switch statement and I will check how it is working. So this is my online C++ compiler where I am going to type the code. I will ask a number from the user, and I will ask the user to enter number from 1 to 7, and will print Sunday to Saturday if the number is 1, 2 or 3 accordingly. So first I will write int day, I will ask any number to the user, and I will write cout, enter any number, and then I will store that number in day. Then I will start my switch block, and switch I will give that value day, and I will open a block and open and closing a block, and inside switch block I will write case. Okay, case. Now case, if the number is 1, I will write colon, I will print today is Sunday, semicolon. The next statement I will write break. Then I will have case 2, if the number is 2, colon, I will print today is Monday. If it's true, then I will print and then break from. Then I will write case, if the value is 3, I will give space colon, I will print Today is Tuesday. So I will now copy paste. See, I will write break, then I will copy paste it. Copy pasted the case. So case 3, after case 3 I will write here 4, I will write here 5, I will write here 6, and then one more case. I need 7 days. So 7 days I will have 7 cases. Then I will have a default case, default one. If you are not writing default also, it is okay, it is optional. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, here I will have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If any else number the user is typing, I will write not a valid day. Okay, so I have now told the user to type any number and I am storing that in day. Then I am taking that value of day in switch. In switch I am giving that value of day. I am starting a block with different cases, and this case number 1, whatever value I am giving here, that value, for that value I will check for each of the case values. Okay, for case, after that I have had colon, after the colon I am writing today is Sunday and I am breaking. Then case 2 Monday break, case 3 Tuesday break, case 4, and then default not a valid day. I will run this and check. Enter any number. I am writing 5. I am giving, and today is Thursday. So the number 5 was stored in day. The switch, it was given to the switch. The switch came here for to check if the number was 1, no, break. If the number is 2, no. If the number is 3, no. If the number it is jumping from here to here, 4, no. So it jumped, now it is jumping here for 5, yes. When it got 5, it went and it printed this statement and it then break, that is this jump out of the switch block. We'll execute it again. I'll give any other number like 10. It is giving me not a valid day. So this is how the switch statement is working. We just have to remember that we have to give a value to switch, and based on that value you have to check which of the values is equal to the value which we have mentioned in switch. So based on that, if it is 1, 2, if you are giving any other number, then for that value we have to check. We are printing some statements based on it and breaking out of the switch block if it is true, and we'll have one default statement. Now we will write one more example wherein we will tell the user to enter a character. Here I will write char, here I will write any alphabet. I will tell the user to enter any alphabet, and I will store that in alphabet variable, and I will give that alphabet variable to the switch. Now when it is alphabet and it is character, you cannot write in, you have to write it in single quotes. So I will write it in single quotes. If the character is A, whenever I am writing a character I have to write it in single quotes. If the character is A, I am checking, then I will print it is A. I will print the capital letter, anything I will print. So here if the case, the character is B, I will print it is B. Here I will check the character is C. If it is E, I will print it is E. F and I have G. It is G. Default is, I will write here, not found. Okay, I will tell the user to enter an alphabet, any alphabet. If it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it is going to print those values, else it will print not found. We'll click run. Enter any alphabet, I will write T. C, not found. So I'll run again. We'll write A. See, it is A. It has given me this case. If I run again, I will write F. It is F. So it first checked to case A. A is not true. It will jump here. Is it B? It is not B. It will jump to check if it is C. No, it is not C. It will jump here to check it is D. No, it will jump here to check is it E. No, it will jump here and it will check it is F. So it will print it as F, then it will go to break and come out of the switch block. So switch statement, it is used whenever we have to find this value is equal to any of the case values that I am giving here, and whichever is true it will print and it will break, and if nothing is true it is going to go to the default code and it's going to break. So this was all about the switch statement. We'll see more such keywords and loops in next video, and thank you so much for watching this video.